Hello, everyone. Welcome back to Modern Life for the 70s Mind. If by chance you're new to this channel, please click the subscribe button below and also the notification bell. That way you'll be notified of any new videos I put out and you will remain current on everything that I've released so far on YouTube. Let's get right to it. Robert Palmer is probably best known for his 1986 song Addicted to Love and the, should I say, interesting band that accompanied him on the video. There are 5 reasons why I really liked his band. And those are them. I bet you didn't even know there was a drummer in that band, did you? as I was numbering these, I'm like, I didn't know there was a drummer. I always noticed the guitar players. Anyways, sorry to regress here. Addicted to Love was probably one of my favorite songs during that whole new MTV era that had come out. MTV, when it came out, it was just crazy popular and so new, and everyone was talking about it. And he really did, in my opinion, play a significant part of the 80s, although I always felt like he was kind of underrated. Maybe it's because he was too clean cut for people. He was always dressed really nice, and maybe he just wasn't far enough out or not grungy enough for people at the time. Or maybe just not crazy about, because it was the 80s and all sorts of crazy things and hairstyles and dresses and everything was pretty far out. Excuse me, was pretty far out there. But that's who he was, and he did stay true to himself right up into his death in 2003, when I believe he passed away from a heart attack. The song I'll be reacting to today is called Know by Now, and it was released in 1994. This song has been requested by a good number of people, like 3 or 4 times. So even though it hasn't been overly requested, the people who want to hear it are pretty consistent in reminding me that I haven't done it yet. So I am going to change all that today. So let me get everything set up, and we will take a look at this video that people seem to be so passionate about. All right, I'll be right back. All right, we're back. All right, I am just going to go right into this. Again, this is Robert Palmer singing Know by Now. I don't know the song. I think I only really knew his hits. I don't really recall knowing a lot of his other tracks that were on albums. I kind of just stuck whatever played on MTV is what I really knew from Robert Palmer. So I'm kind of interested to hear this. So why don't we just get right into it, and I'll try to break maybe once, and then we'll play to the end after that. Okay, here we go.
Consequences and hiding from the evidence, hoping things would change. But the yearning grew like the loneliness of a castaway. To be near to you was the only thing in my heart each day, keeping me alive till your rescue came. Honey, you mean everything to me. You ought to know by now. Love means everything. Oh, you ought to know by now. Only love can bring happiness. Wishful.
Okay, it looks like that's going into another verse. Sorry, I wasn't quite sure where to cut that. And seeing we're halfway into the song, I better stop and let's talk for a second. Robert Palmer, like I kind of touched on, I think he's always been. Make sure this camera's right. All right. He's always kind of been known for his sophistication or style, I guess, even when not singing with that band dressed up in black. I'll forget about that at some time. Just let me work through this. This performance kind of gives me that same vibe as the other ones. He's nicely dressed. It just seems very classy. And looking back, I don't think there were a lot of artists or bands that really gave me that feeling like that. I was kind of watching this. I'm not 100% sure if this is live or if he happens to be lip syncing it. His mouth appeared off a couple times, but I got to remember this is an old video, so it is possible that things just weren't perfect. Vocally, he does not sound like he's singing a song that's very easy to sing. His voice is going everywhere. It's pretty complicated. I would think if I knew the song and I was trying to sing along with it, it would probably be not the easiest song to sing along with. It looks fairly complex as far as vocals go, and I don't mean that from because he's hitting high notes or low notes. It's because there's not just a steady tone. He's kind of jumping all over the place, which really adds, I think, a lot to the song. And so far, I really like it. If this was recorded today, I think that auto-tune would probably have a fairly difficult time following him because it's just all over the place. I've seen some people try to sing with auto-tune, like Michael Bublé. I know he admits that he uses auto-tune. And when the auto-tune is off, it just starts clipping things. And this just seems like auto-tune would have a hard time. Fortunately, auto-tune I don't think was invented when this song came out, so he's good. Besides the complexity of the music, he has such a controlled and relaxed sound, doesn't he? It doesn't seem like he's having a hard time singing this, and it was a really kind of a pleasant listen. It's got that slightly upbeat sound to it, and it's really not like completely like in your face. It's just kind of a nice, easy song to listen to. So far, I really like it. I can see why people were requesting this. So why don't we just finish this thing off, and then we'll talk about it some more. Here we go.
Thinking to spend in vain. What to lose and what to gain. All the guilt and all the blame seem to come our way. Baby, when our hearts awoke, think of all the rules we broke. In the name of love we hoped, little did we know. But the hope was there like a ray of sun on a cloudy day. And it changed from impossibility to the only way. Love can conquer all, and it's here to stay. Honey, you mean everything to me. You ought to know that now. Love means everything. Oh, you ought to know that now. Only love can bring happiness. You ought to know that now. Love means everything. Oh, you ought to know that now.
Okay, let that play to the end because I've been accused of cutting things off too early. I think we answered the question on if he was live or if he was lip syncing. This clearly was not live. I mean, it was live in that he was there, but this wasn't a live vocal, especially I could tell by the way the vocals faded off at the end. I'll have to do a comparison when we're done here to listen to the studio version and see if matches exactly to the supposed live version here, and I'm gonna bet that they match exactly. I'll have to check in on that. But with that said, I don't mean that negatively. This was a really nice, non-typical song. I liked it a lot. It's much more vocally complex than some of the other songs he's sang, like I had mentioned. I'm a bit surprised that I never heard this song before because this is, like I said, this is pretty nice. I knew his hits, like I mentioned, but never this one. After hearing this, I can see how this was probably one of his sleeper songs that probably deserved more attention than it got. And it was probably kind of a sleeper song because it didn't have that big pizzazz like some of his other songs did. Again, not taking away from the song because I really like this. I'm just trying to figure out in my head why wasn't this song more popular? And maybe it didn't have that real catchy tune like some of his other ones did. If it was a hit, I apologize. I never caught it, and I don't ever recall seeing a video on MTV because I was all about MTV. All right, so in the 90s, I'm thinking maybe this is I was really busy raising my children, sitting all days and nights at hockey rinks watching them play. And maybe that's why I just never really went that deep into Robert Palmer than I probably should have, or probably that more than I would have liked to. I really like this song, bottom line, and I think that it's probably not a live cut, like I said, but kudos to him for coming out with such a nice, and in my opinion, a fairly complex song. And I think this should be right up there with some of his hits. Again, it probably should have been more popular than it was, but it wasn't. But at least we got videos to look back and appreciate it. Okay. As I stumble through this one, let me get the screen cleaned off, and I will be right back for my final thoughts. Thanks, guys. All right, I am back. You know, sometimes I stumble a little bit when I'm doing these reactions because I'm trying to think of so many things about the song and the melody and the vocals. And at the same time on this one, I was thinking, why don't I know this song? Because I really liked it. It was a really nice song, and especially if you put it in the time era of the 80s, I think it would have been perfect for that era. Not on the punk, I don't know if punk is the word, but not on that, the bands like from England that were coming out at the time, but from just a nice middle of the road song. This was really nice. And as I was talking, I'm thinking like, why wasn't this popular? And again, maybe I missed it because like I said, I was really busy raising kids and sitting in hockey rinks all the time. So anyways, I liked it and great job. And I do appreciate the recommendation. It's always fun to come across songs that I've never heard before. And this was definitely one. And I may kind of dig a little deeper into his catalog of music to see if there were some other little hidden gems in there that I wasn't aware of. So, all right, guys, if you like this video, please click the subscribe button below and the thumbs up button. And also, if you would, click the notification icon. Again, you'll be notified that way of any new videos that I release, and you'll be up to date on everything. All right, guys, I hope you have a good, well, it's a weekend for me. Hope you have a good day, and peace out. I will talk to you guys soon. Bye.